What's going on, NFL fans? Welcome back to another video here on Touchdown Kingdom. As always, thank you to BetUS for powering today's video. Let's get right into the predictions. Kicking things off with the Cowboys at the Giants. All of a sudden, this is an important game for both teams in terms of their division standings. Through 3 weeks, both Dallas and New York are 1-2. Obviously, most people would agree that the Cowboys have the way better roster, but they haven't played good football since their Week 1 bashing of the Cleveland Browns. The Giants are coming off of a win that they desperately needed, but this is still the Cowboys' game to lose. Dallas wins 21-17. Moving on to the Bengals at the Panthers. Somehow through 3 games, the Carolina Panthers have a better record than the Cincinnati Bengals. After Panthers quarterback Bryce Young was benched for veteran Andy Dalton, the Panthers looked like a different team. They should feel better about their current season moving forward, but concerned for their quarterback of the future, whomever that might be. The Bengals are a mess, especially on the defensive side of the ball, but I still like them over the Panthers and expect them to get their first win of the season. Bengals win 27-21. Up next, we have the Jaguars at the Texans. The Texans are coming off of a brutal loss, but have a great opportunity to get back on track this week against a Jaguars team that looks like one of the worst in football. Trevor Lawrence was benched for the first time in his young career, and he's now lost his last 9 starts for the Jaguars. The Texans are certainly the better team on both sides of the ball and should definitely get the win at home. Houston wins 30-20. Moving on to the Saints at the Falcons. This should be a fun matchup between 2 division rivals. After a red-hot start to the season, the Saints were brought back down to earth and lost last week's low-scoring battle. The Falcons simply cannot afford to drop another game in their own stadium, as they're already 0-2 at home on the year. I think the Falcons will keep this game close, but I ultimately like the Saints to get another win. Saints win 23-20. Up next, we have the Steelers at the Colts. The Steelers remain undefeated on the year, and it's no longer that surprising to me. They're one of the best coached teams in the league, and they always find a way to stay competitive and on the winning side of the ball. I like them on the road against a Colts team that's a little too inconsistent for my liking. Steelers win 20-16. Are you looking for a new book this football season? Well, BetUS is the answer. BetUS is the #1 online sportsbook in the world with the fastest payouts in the industry. BetUS has 24/7 personalized service all year long, and they also have live wagering options for all games. They simply have the best betting variety in the business. All of the odds we break down in this video will be directly taken from BetUS Sportsbook website. Sign up today and get a 150% bonus on your first deposit and a 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000 using the code YouTube150. Up next, we have the Vikings at the Packers. The Vikings could be for real. We're all waiting for their first big blunder under quarterback Sam Darnold, but it simply hasn't come yet. They really do look like a force to be reckoned with after 3 games, but they find themselves as underdogs on the road against their division rivals, the Packers. Green Bay is a good team, and quarterback Jordan Love is on track to come back from his injury much faster than expected. Even so, Minnesota is playing some really great football, and I don't expect it to end this week. Vikings win 23-17. Moving on to the Rams at the Bears. The Rams squeaked out their first win of the season against a very talented 49ers team last week. While the Rams have looked anything but solid since the year began, I'm sure that this huge win over a very good football team has them feeling confident going into this matchup against a rookie quarterback in Caleb Williams. Caleb's young career hasn't gotten off to a very hot start, and I don't expect them to get the win this week. Rams get the W, 24-20. Next, we have the Broncos at the Jets. Denver is coming off of an impressive Week 3 win, their first of the year. They should have some renewed confidence heading into Week 4, but so do the Jets. Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers is coming off of a performance that everyone in the football world keeps referring to as vintage Rodgers. He was mobile, extremely accurate, and gutsy with his throws. If he stays healthy, the sky is the limit for this Jets offense. Jets win 25-17. Up next, we have the Eagles at the Buccaneers. Both teams are sitting at 2-1 on the year, and this could be a very fun game to watch. Baker Mayfield has found his home in Tampa Bay, and on the opposite side, we could definitely say the same about Jalen Hurts. I think this game will come down to the defenses and who can force more mistakes out of the opposing quarterback. I like the Eagles to play a big game on the road and get the win. Eagles win 24-20. Next, we have the Patriots at the 49ers. Surprisingly, these two teams have the same record through 3 games. The Patriots are coming off of a brutal loss to the Jets, but if they've proven anything so far this year, it's that they're a better team than we all assumed they would be. The 49ers have had their confidence shaken up since starting strong back in Week 1, but I like them to handle business this week against an inferior team. Niners win 28-20. Up next, we have the Commanders at the Cardinals. The Washington Commanders are coming off of a very impressive win over Cincinnati. Rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels had the best game of his young career, and I'm sure Washington fans are excited about him moving forward. The Cardinals have looked good to start 2024 and have the advantage of playing at home in this week's matchup. While the Commanders impressed me last week, I don't expect as good of a performance from Daniels on the road against a pretty good Arizona defense. Cardinals win 24-20. Moving on to the Browns at the Raiders. Both teams are having lackluster starts to their seasons, and I expect this game to be very evenly matched. The Browns certainly have the better team on paper, but the more I watch them play, the more faith I lose in them. They just don't seem to be gelling on offense with Deshaun Watson under center. I like the Raiders to play well at home and get the win in a close battle. Raiders get the win 21-18. Next, we have the Chiefs at the Chargers. The ball keeps rolling for Kansas City as they're once again 3-0 to start the year. This is a matchup that the league knows well. These two division rivals go head-to-head twice every year, and since entering the league, Justin Herbert has gotten the worst of this matchup. Herbert is currently 2-5 against Mahomes in his young career, and I expect more of the same to come this week. Chiefs win on the road 31-20. Moving on to the Bills at the Ravens. The Ravens have gotten off to an unexpectedly rough start in 2024 and were only able to get their first win of the season last week against the Cowboys. Meanwhile, the Bills are rolling at 3-0. I'm surprised to see them as underdogs here, but the Ravens are still a very good and well-coached football team who happen to be playing in their own stadium. All that being said, I still like Josh Allen to ball out and get the win for Buffalo. Bills win 27-24. Up next, we have the Titans at the Dolphins. The Titans are sitting at 0-3 on the year and will be desperate to take advantage of a Dolphins team that just got blown out by the Seahawks. While the future for the Dolphins season remains uncertain, I like them to get the win this week over Tennessee. Will Levis is just too questionable at quarterback for my liking. Dolphins win 17-14. And finally, we have the Seahawks at the Lions. Both teams are coming off of Week 3 wins and will be looking to keep the momentum going heading into this NFC matchup. I like the way the Seahawks have been playing football as of late, but the Lions are the superior team in terms of quarterback play, defense, and at this point, possibly coaching as well. I expect the Lions to play well at home under the bright lights of Monday Night Football and walk away with the W. Detroit wins 27-21. And that's going to do it for another video here on Touchdown Kingdom. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any posts, and as always, most importantly, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your predictions in the comments section below. As always, thank you to our proud sponsors BetUS for powering today's video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.